My name is Kyro, and I'm a sponsored skateboarder from the San Francisco Bay Area. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to kickflip higher. The first thing I'm going to go over is just the regular steps of a regular kickflip. For this trick, your front foot should be turned at about a 45-degree angle and your back foot right on that pocket of the tail. Then you're just going to practice popping the board up like this continuously until you get that part down and you feel very comfortable with it. Just be able to stand on your board in this position and pop your board up just like you would for the beginning of an ollie. The next part of it is you're going to practice sliding your foot up and popping your foot up off the top of the board. Notice that the toe slides up and then pops up off the top of the board. At no point is the toe flipping down. It is sliding up the board and then popping up. That is the basic regular kickflip position, which will make your board spin. You'll catch it with your back foot and then drop your feet down and land. So that's a basic regular kickflip. In order to kickflip higher, there's a difference in the foot position on the board. You're going to put more of your toe on the board, and it's going to be more of an ollie position. Your foot is still going to be slanted, and you're still going to flick off with your toe, but the difference here is that your toe is going to go straight off the front of the nose, causing more drag, causing the board to flip slower and also pop up higher into the air. So there's a big difference between having your foot there on the board and having your foot there. So with more of your foot on the board right there, it's going to go slower. And with less of your foot on the board, it's going to go faster, and hence the double kickflip. Here's how I do my normal kickflips with my front foot right in the middle of those bolts. So right in the middle, and that's about how high I get. It's just a regular kickflip. It's not super high. Now here's how I do a higher kickflip is I put more of my foot on the board. As you can see, the board is spinning slower, but it's popping up higher into the air as well. And then for a faster spin and a lower kickflip, I'll put my front foot off the board as much as I can. And as you can see, it'll spin a lot faster. So with my foot in that position, it's going to be a higher kickflip, it's going to pop up higher, and the board is going to spin slower. For a lower flip, my foot's going to be all the way over there. And as you can see, it's a lot lower. And my regular kickflips are right in the middle. That's how I just do your average, just riding down the street, just doing a kickflip. But remember, on all three of them, the flick is the same. The toe slides up the board and then pops up off the nose, causing the board to fly up into the air. It sucks the board up into your back foot, and at no point are either of my feet below the board. It's very important to get that proper flick so that the board sucks up underneath you and you can catch it and then land on top of it. Super important. So if you're trying to learn how to do kickflips and you're having a hard time with the flick, you can keep this in mind if you need to be able to spin your board faster, or you need to be able to spin your board slower and make it go up higher. Try the different foot positions with your front foot. I think that's going to help a lot of guys learn how to kickflip who are having a hard time trying to jump above the board or have the board spin faster underneath them. You can see how much higher the shot is on the right. So we're going to take this one in frame by frame so you can check it out. So on the left, my foot is more off of the board, and on the right, as you can see, my foot is like almost all the way on the board. My toe is almost touching the left-hand side of the board. So here we go, pop at the same time, and just look at the difference in height on the one on the right. It's going a lot higher and spinning a lot slower. by the time I catch the one on the right, I've landed on the ground on the left. So you can see it's a higher pop and a slower spin of the board. So all I did to change that was just put more of my foot on the board. A lot of guys use this technique and it's pretty well known. But yeah, for some of you guys just starting out, I think it's going to be some kind of a little bit of a new idea for you. And I hope it helps you get your kickflips down. So again, faster spin here on the left, slower spin with more of my foot on the board on the right, which is also going to scrape my front foot up more off of the nose, causing a higher pop and a slower spin of the board. And then as you can see, the board sucks up into my back foot, which also jumps. You have to remember to lift your back foot up. And if your flick is correct, your board's going to suck right up into your back foot. And then you're going to be able to land it and roll away. Cool, so that's like me trying to kickflip as low as I can, just with my foot all the way off to the side, just to demonstrate how low you can do a kickflip. Then this is my regular kickflip. You'll be able to see it's a little bit higher. This was a lot more comfortable for me. That's how I do all my kickflips, without putting my foot in some strange, awkward position all the way off the side of the board. And here we go. Front foot on the board fully. One day I skated with Jeremy Ray, and every time he did a kickflip, I could have swore he was gonna do a heel flip, because his toe is like off the side of the board, and then he just does these monster kickflips. He can literally like kickflip over a building. It's insane. So yeah, the only difference here is just changing your front foot position on the board and kicking off the nose. After a while, you can practice doing it over objects, put a board down, and then just get to higher and higher objects. For any of you guys trying to learn all of the basics of skateboarding and truly master your kickflips and all the tricks before the kickflip, you gotta check out Skateboarding Made Simple. It just shows you the proper ways to practice so you don't spend months practicing with an incorrect foot position or an incorrect flick, and it's gonna help you progress super fast. So click that red annotation right there at the bottom of the screen and get your copy of the video today.